So, MIT just dropped this bombshell of a report that says 95% of all AI projects are failing and the entire internet is losing its mind. Tech stocks are crashing and people calling it already the end of the AI boom. And honestly, I think they are missing the point entirely. I've been working with clients on AI implementation for the past couple of years now, specifically in generative AI. And when I saw this report, my first thought wasn't, oh no, AI is failing. It was, finally, someone's talking about it, what I've been seeing in the trenches. But here's where I think the report and everyone reacting to it is getting it wrong. Let me tell you what I've been actually seeing working with my clients over the past 3 years now. The 95% failure rate. Yeah, that tracks. But not for the reasons everyone thinks. Most of my clients come to me say something like, we want to build an AI that does everything our employees faster and cheaper. They've been reading about AI agents. They have seen some demos and they want their own AI workforce. And I have to be the guy who says, guys, hold on, let's talk about what you actually need. Because here's what I've learned. Most businesses don't even know what they are trying to solve. They just know they are supposed to do something with AI because everyone else is. Let me give you a real example. A mid-sized marketing agency reached out last year. They wanted to build a custom AI agent that handles customer communication, content creation, strategy development, the whole 9 yards. But when I dug deeper, I found out the whole team are using ChatGPT already on their personal accounts. Half their employees figured out recent prompt engineering techniques on their own. They were getting good results, but it was completely unmanaged. So I asked them, before we build anything custom, what if we give your entire team enterprise access, unified, and train them on best practices? 3 months later, they already increased their content output by 40% while getting better quality than before. You see, no complex AI pilot projects, as this report suggests, just organized and trained use of their existing tool. But that is not the sexy solution everyone wants to hear about. So the MIT report mentioned this thing called shadow AI. Employees are using personal AI accounts like chat at work. And let me tell you, it happens everywhere. And this creates a huge risk. First, data security. Your employees are feeding company information to AI systems you have zero control over. And second, inconsistent results. Everyone is using their own prompt techniques or the lack of techniques and getting widely different results. I had one client where a legal team discovered employees had been putting contract details into personal ChatGPT accounts for months. Their security team had nearly a heart attack. But instead of banning it, which never works, we actually built an on-premise chat solution with local LLMs, so no critical data is leaving, which keeps all data in-house. Problem solved, no complex AI systems required. Here's the other thing the MIT report touches on that I see constantly. Pilot projects. Everyone is running pilot projects. Nobody is committing to full implementation. And that 95% failure rate makes total sense now when you understand this. Here's the misconception. A pilot project, by definition, is an experiment. It's made to fail, to see what's working and what particularly is not working. They are designed to fail fast and cheap. So when MIT measures success reaching full implementation in production, of course this increases the percentage of failed implementations. We are in the phase where you have to test fast, cheap, now. So in the coming years, you have solid implementations. I've seen plenty of failed pilot projects that taught us exactly what they needed to know. Maybe they learned that their processes weren't ready for automations. Maybe they discovered their data quality was terrible. But most often they realized their employees needed actually a proper training and actual upskilling before they can implement AI and AI agents in particular. So those aren't failures. Those are $50,000 lessons that save companies $500,000 of implementation mistakes. But the report from MIT doesn't capture that nuance. It just sees it didn't reach implementation and calls it a failure. So what does actually work? What I've seen works with my clients. First, start with standardized usage, a unified system. Like an example with the on-prem solution with local LLMs. So the company controlled everything, or at least a OpenAI enterprise plan where your employees have a proper company access account where you have more control over what data they are feeding the chatbots to guarantee data security, which is critical in compliance-heavy sectors and industries. Second, augment, don't replace. I've seen it again and again and again. Most companies and employees, so the workforce, is actually scared of AI. And the management hoping for something fully autonomous, which is not the case right now. So think of it like augment your employees. So employees who manage and use AI the best will win, not fully autonomous systems, because they indeed fail right now for many reasons. But what works is basic tools, but used professionally. So think more of training your employees. Upskilling is more important at this stage of AI development right now. We are so early to AI, so don't rush into projects with the promise of fully autonomous systems because they fail. But systems where AI works in tandem with your employees. So imagine your employees have their own minions, right? They are smart, but not fully reliable assistants to you or to your employees. They help you with the task, doing it 70 to 80%. So the humans do the rest, or at least managing those agents. So their productivity increases, but the AI doesn't replace them, at least as of now. And third, solve boring tasks first. The most successful automations and AI implementations are the unsexy. So no one talks about them. Everyone wants the AI agent that does everything for them. Again, that's not the case, at least for now. So start with the low-hanging fruit, those mundane, numbing tasks no one wants to do, which will, by the way, increase the morality of your workforce. If your employees come to work and they don't have to suffer from those mind-numbing, necessarily boring tasks, they will enjoy workplace way more when they can actually focus on things that bring upside to you, to them, to your business. So boring tasks like data entry, reports, those are not the sexiest tasks, but they will add up each week, each month, and over the years. Then another basic thing, templated prompts. If your workforce doesn't even use unified and proven prompt techniques that you can build a library of, so your employees can actually use them to get more reliable outputs and results from them, rather than everyone trying something different, right? There are techniques to prompting. I know it's been talked about a lot, but prompting is still effective, as well as context or context engineering. So making sure your employees have actually, when they use AI, the right context they can feed to the AI, with keeping data security still in mind. So analysts spending actually 95% of their time on high value analysis rather than juggling data. So saved hours over a year can add up. So here's my take where this all is heading. The companies winning with AI won't be the ones building the most complex, most sophisticated AI agent. It's those who start with the low-hanging fruits. First and foremost, focus on upgrading human capabilities. Standardized AI usage. Again, have a professional prompt library your team can access anytime to ensure reliable outputs when using AI. Then teach and lead your team thinking of hybrid usage of AI. Take the fear away from, hey, you won't lose your job, but you will be more productive when they combine themselves with AI or use AI. Then measure return on investment in terms of quality and quantity, output quantity gains. And here are the losers. They chase the trendy new word, AI agents, MCPs, this and that. Don't get me wrong, all have their place, but as of now, focus on the low-hanging fruits first. Let's shadow AI, as mentioned earlier, go through the whole organization. Employees using actually AI, but on their personal accounts, which is basically a data leakage if your industry is compliance heavy. And then the mindset of, again, thinking of we have to replace humans. You have to increase and augment them and those who fail successful approaches. So when I see the MIT report, I don't see AIs failing. I see evidence that we are in the middle of this messy figuring out how artificial intelligence actually fits into businesses. So the 95% failure rate isn't a bug, it's actually a feature. It means we are iterating, we are learning, we are trying things out, and most of those failures are teaching us what works and what doesn't. So start by mapping your shadow AI use of your employees. Standardize and secure. Implement proper AI use with proper security. Then train for consistency. Create clear guidelines. Then run targeted pilots on mundane tasks that are in high volume nature. Then double down on what works, scale them. And that's my take. I'm curious, what's your take about this MIT report? Where do you think we are right now in the AI adoption curve? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time.